Good morning.
Morning everyone. Monday morning.
Monday morning.
Joy.
Just got back late last night from the UK, had a lovely trip. Feeling a bit shattered and got lots to catch up on today.
I'll be cracking the whip.
But it's business as usual as far as you guys are concerned. Back to normal now.
So where are we at?
Where are we at? Well, I need to finish off the hearth now, so these stones have got to be oiled.
If you saw the spend a day with us video, I've got all this pointed up.
Yep.
The stone work there, if you can see that. These brushing off now and...
Just needs brushing off and cleaning up and...
Because I've not done it yet.
The stones, as I say, need oiling, and obviously the wooden plinths all around, and then they can be pointed. So that's probably going to be me for the next couple of days. Incidentally, my barrel, when I went away on Wednesday, was normal, and I came back last night, and this rim here has on its own moved up.
No,
well, it gave it a bit of a tap, but it started to, you could see a line where obviously it hadn't oiled underneath the metal.
Whether the wood was damp and it's now contracted a bit.
Obviously in the heat. So that's going to need a bit of touching up as well.
Yeah, I'm going to beat that ring up a bit further now to its final resting place when it's empty.
Yeah, how bad is that?
It's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, unbelievable how much it's moved.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, fantastic. Right, so we've changed of plan again.
Not like us, is it?
No, massive change of plan. Huge change of plan. If you remember, the next thing I was going to do was to get the floor done in here. Well, that's not happening now at the moment. Of course it will happen in the future. What I'm going to do, I've got this, it's XPS, extruded polystyrene, and it's designed for putting over concrete floors between floorboards, and I'm going to level the whole floor using this stuff.
Which is insulation as well.
It weighs nothing, it's insulating, sound and thermal. It's dead light. So I'm going to cover the whole floor with that and then start on the floorboards. But, as you know, we're living up here, so it means I need the room to be completely empty, because once I put this down, ideally you don't want to be walking on it, although it is very, very compression resistant. Obviously walking on it's not going to do it any good, which would mean I need to get it down and get the whole floor done in, well, a day basically, which is not going to happen. There's a few jobs need doing in here. We need a bit of a wardrobe doing in the bedroom.
Yeah,
and
skirting boards in the bedroom.
But it's livable, you know, and we can live comfortably in it. And then I'll do this later when we can live outside.
When the weather gets better and we're back in our lovely courtyard, which hopefully will be lovely by then. Better than it is now.
Rob's offered to come and help, but he's a bit far away.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rob, anyway. So, what are we doing now? We've decided we're going to leave this as it is. It's very livable, comfortable, and we're going to get on with the main restoration project of the main finca. The first thing we're going to do is the roof, which is imminent.
Yeah, and very important as well.
Yes, obviously.
We've recently had, well, I was back in the UK fortunately, but we have had quite a downpour, haven't we?
Quite heavy, yeah. And obviously every time it rains, because the roof leaks and it's faulty, it does degrade the building. So we want to get the whole building dried in now. The reason we haven't done it before is because we needed somewhere to live, which we've got, as we've just said, we've just waffled about. So the roof is coming, and the problem we've got with the roof, with these old tiles, and we want to keep the original old tiles as it is. They work perfectly, but they absorb moisture when it rains, and if you walk on them when they're wet, they just break for fun really, really easily. So we've got to wait. It's supposed to be the last day of rain today, and so we've got to wait until it's not raining. It's not rained yet, so until they are dry, so we can get up there and get on it. But in the meantime, another important job, because people keep knocking themselves out, is the door in the kitchen. So let's go and have a look. We'll show you exactly what we're going to do, and if you want to follow the restoration, this is day one of the main
house
finca restoration. Yeah, so let's go. So looking at the roof, or part of the roof from the outside, that's the chimney in the lounge. It fell down. We put some plastic over it to try and keep any moisture out, but in the heat over here, it lasts weeks. In the sun, it just breaks down. So that's one bit. The main ridge there, we've got plastic on it again. It's all just been destroyed by the sun. Yeah, big job. And further over to the left there, that wall there where it meets the workshop, it's all falling off there as well, and it's just getting worse every day. And you can see on the wall here, the damp. That's where the house roof meets the wall that got for the upstairs for the apartment bit. There's a gully there. I did put a new piece of big plastic canal on and guttering in there, but it still needs a bit of sealing up, obviously, because it's damp, which is not what we want. And this is the chimney inside that fell down. If you can see the front bit, if I can point it there, that's the old ceiling here between the joists. It's called cañas, which is basically it's bamboo that they put across. And obviously they're all that part with the water getting in, with the rain getting in over the years. No idea how many years it's been like that for at all. A long time, I think. But so obviously we need to cut all those out and replace them with something else. We're going to take that chimney down, what's left of it, and just put a flue in there, because we're going to have a wood burning stove in here eventually. So we're going to get the flue in, coming through the ceiling, through the roof, as we do it now. So yeah, great stuff. And the rest of the roof is following suit slowly. It's all the ridges have got to come off, all be replaced, all the tiles reset, any broken tiles replaced. It's a huge job, but we're going to get it done. In the meantime, while I'm waiting for it to be dry enough to walk on safely, we've got our back door. You can see how high this is. There must have been small people when they built these houses. The number of people that nearly knocked themselves out on here, us included, it's unmeasurable. This is the lintel. You can see it's just crumbling. It's an old piece of olive. How that stays up, I've no idea, but it does. Testimony to the stonework. So what I'm going to do, we're going to take this out, put a lintel in up to the height of the joist here. We still have to duck a little bit, but it's the most we can go because that's the floor. I don't want to dig the floor down because when it rains we'll have water coming in that way as well. So that's not a good idea. So yeah, this is our immediate project now, while we're waiting for the tiles to dry. And inside you can see that this is a vaulted ceiling, original vaulted ceiling, which obviously we're going to restore as well at some point. This is the lintel on the inside. Again, you can just pull bits off it, and the stonework and everything. It's a mess. It's something that we've been meaning to do for a long time, but again, we needed somewhere to live comfortably first before we got stuck into it. But now the time has come, so yeah, stick with us. We're going to be doing a whole full restoration of this beautiful old building. It's 150 years old. We know it's not been occupied for at least 85 years. It's in its original condition. Fortunately, we don't have to deal with undoing any sort of modernisation that's gone on with it, because there isn't any. There's no electrics, there's no plumbing. Well, there's bits of electrics in this bit that I've put in, but in the rest of the house there's absolutely nothing at all. So yeah, it's going to be a hell of a project. Right, let's get into it. Sorry if it's a bit dark in here. It's just a bit dark. It helped because the sun was shining, but it's still not again today. Right, so what have we got? What we need to do, because we're going to take out these bits of lintels that are in here that are, as I say, holding the wall up and holding the floor up, we need to anchor the floor in place. I've got two suitably sized acros and a humongous great big piece of wood. There, if you can see that. Problem I've got obviously we're going to be coming in and out of here, and obviously I don't really want to put an acco in the middle, so I'm going to put the big block up, put an acco at this end here, and put another one at this side here, so we've still sort of got a decent amount of access. I'm going to have to take the back door off. We never really close it anyway, unless we go out, of course, but should only be for a couple of days, hopefully. He says if the whole place don't fall down, that is. So let's get on with it. Righto, so I've got the acros stood up roughly where I want them. We forgot before, I said Sharon's had to take Catsy back to the vet for his checkup today, so I'm just currently on my own. Whether I can get this up there on my own, I'm not sure. I need to get this big piece of wood on top of here and balance it and then wind them up. What I've done, I've set the acros at a rough height, put the pin through. You can see that if I block off the light, does it lighten up a bit? No. Put the pin through, so they're roughly where I want them. If I can get this on top of here, it's a heavy one, like so. Yep, not easy on your own. Alright, it's not bad. It's kind of staying there. All I've got to do now is wind these up. Again, not easy on your own. There we go, it's one. And then the door's in the way now. If you're ever going to do this, get someone to help you. What I'm going to do, it's in just about. Just going to fire a couple of screws through just to hold it in place. Because we don't want it moving, do we? I'll get a few more in and then come back to you. The next job is to take the door off. The type of hinges that are on it, it should just lift off, but obviously nothing's ever that simple. So what I'm going to do, I've got my big bar, I'm just going to lever it up and hopefully it'll come slowly. There we go. Nearly. The bottom one's not playing. I have to manhandle it. There we go. Not easy. I guess that'll be firewood. If you look at remember I had to repair the bottom of it when we first moved in with Catsy, put some floorboards on the inside, but it's absolutely, totally rotten. Shame. What I'm going to do, take these hinges off and clean them up and probably reuse them on the new door that I'm going to put on here. Right, so I'll get them off and yeah, put them somewhere safe. There we go, if anyone's interested. An original 150-year-old door. I don't know if you can make out on here, but what they used to do to fix the fronts on, they hammered long nails through and then literally just bent them over. If you can see them, you probably can't from there, but yeah, they just bent them over. These joints are actually mortise and tenon joints. I had to take my boards off to get to my last hinge. But yeah, look at that. It's not done bad though, has it? I imagine it's 150 years old, the original door. So fabulous. Right, I'll get my last hinge off. Unfortunately, we lost that last hinge. It was so rusty. Screws weren't coming out at all. Totally rusted solid. So I had to lever them out, try and lever it out. And it's so rusty, it's just snapped in the middle. But I've got two others. And I've got some others that came off other doors and windows in the workshop as well. All they do, that goes on the door, or this goes on the frame, that goes on the door. And then it just drops on like that. And needs a bit of work doing on it, but yeah, they're good. We can reuse those, so that makes me happy. Right, okay. The acro is actually doing its job. It's actually lifted this joist a fraction. I never wobbled these before, but you can see there's absolutely no weight on that at all at the moment, and the same with the inside one. So that should come out alright. The acros are doing the job. The house isn't going to fall down, not imminently anyway. So I think the next thing now is to get this old door casing out. Yeah, it's all good fun.
Well, at the last minute we realised I got to take Katsy back to the vets. I think Andy's already told you that, so just back, another €85 later. He's okay. She didn't want to sedate him in order to take a sample of his urine because he'd probably be out for the count about 3 hours, and obviously it's coming up to his food time. So she's given me these instead. I've got to empty his litter tray and put these little plastic crystals, I suppose, in, which obviously won't absorb his urine like the litter does, in order to take a sample. I've got a little pipette inside here, so that should be interesting, and then I've got to pop that back to the vet tomorrow. So all good stuff. And in the meantime I come back to more destruction. Andy's done a great job wrestling to get these acros and that what is it, a girder I suppose, in place, ready for the next bit of demolition.
I don't know how well you can see me there. I'm in a bit of a shadow, but I can't do anything about the light. To get the frame out, I'm just going to whack my big bar in behind it. Let's see what falls down when this comes out. And then hopefully it'll come away. Not that easy. Right, we'll keep working our way up. Right. Alrighty. So that's the side piece out. Just got to get the top out now, but that's embedded into the stone as well. It's all good fun, still good fun. Put him over here. You can see this is buried into the wall here. I'm not sure how far, so I'm going to have to start knocking it away and see where we're at.
So first job today is to get this step cleaned off finally. Then I'm going to give the step another coat of oil because it's looking a bit patchy, and then I'm on to the stones, the hearth, get them oiled first, and then once that's dry I can start on the pointing. So I'll crack on.
Right, it's not playing, it's proper buried in the wall. So what I'm going to do with the old sawzall is cut it in half. I've got it stuck now. Okay, right, should come out now, I think. All this is going to fall down, just the infill around it. Let's put that down. Get me big bar. Crikey, don't try this at home. I might have to take another piece out of it because both ends are buried into the wall. We'll see though. There Come on, son, get out. What a mess. It's one half. Oh, the wall's falling down, of course. Yeah. It's going to be falling down even more when I take these out. Might come now. Come on, come on. It's coming slowly. Right, I'll keep wiggling and get it out. Right, for a bit of a mission. It's out. That was that far in the wall. Super. Right, more firewood. Next. Look at these lintels. Look at that move. Look at how old is that. Big old piece of olive. Beautiful. Shame it's rotten, but you can only save what's salvageable. Yeah, this door casing was held in with wooden wedges, if you can see them there. Unfortunately, there's one still stuck in the wall that I can't get out, so that's my next job, get that shifted. Right, it's out, gone. You see we made a mess on the floor, so we'll get that cleared up and then look at getting these lintels cleaned out, which will make even more mess on the floor. Super. We're getting there though. So this is how the original door used to close. Most of the doors on the houses close the same way. It's just a piece of wood as a sheath in the wall, a metal sheath, and then you just shut the door and then push that in there to lock it. Yeah, so every door, the front door's still like that. This side door, every existing door we've got still the same.
So hopefully you can see the difference before and after. Just soaks it up. It's incredible. Hoping I've got enough because we're running quite low on linseed oil. But yeah, I think they're going to look really nice. And when this is all done as well, this trim here, yeah, I think it's going to look really nice. Just brings the colour out. You can see the difference. Some of them are red, some of them are more grey. So we'll see how it dries.
Alrighty, so just been into town, ordered all the stuff for the roof. We're hoping to start that on Saturday. Today's Tuesday, so give me a chance to get this done and then we can jump on the roof. The next thing I'm going to do, what I plan to do with this, I've got a big piece of thick angle. I'm going to bury it in the wall there. That's going to be the most difficult part, digging in to get it a decent length of it into the wall. Then obviously it'll come into the wall here, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut these back a little bit and then put the angle in. That one, there's another one about here. Put the angle in and then weld another piece of angle to this side, that I can, because that'll be set in a bit, if that makes any sense at all. Then I can face up this front all flush with those inside the wall and not sticking out and getting wet. So the first job though is to get this rotten thing out. I think I'll just saw it in half again like I did with the other one. Cool, right, I'll go and get the saw. Doesn't take much sawing, it's that rotten. Nearly there. I don't want to hit the stones with my blade obviously because it'll blunt it. go. Might cut another piece out of this one. He says right, let's see if we can get it out. Where's my bar? Right, I've dug in a bit and sort of found the end of it. It's sort of moving. It's still not wanting to come out though. It goes in quite a long way. Here it comes. Wow. More firewood. Try and get the same old work on this side. Try and get that out. I think it's nearly out. Crikey, there it is. Right, that's that one out. Now do the same on the inside one and get that one out.
And there we have it, it's done. Just hope it dries out looking as lovely as it does at the moment, and it's not been a waste of time if it just soaks in and it doesn't look any different. But yeah, I'm really pleased with that. Just going to give the step another coat now, and that's me done. Happy days.
Alright, that's both lintels out their way. What we've got to do now is get rid of this lot, expose the beams. There it comes. Because we don't need any of it. There's one. There's the other one. And even this is amazingly strong. There's absolutely nothing holding it up at all. It's just dust, but it still won't move. Right, I'll carry on and get it knocked out. Right, okay. This one's ready to be cut. This one, I've got a big, massive stone underneath it. I need to get the big hammer drill out, the big chisel to get this. I can't do it by hand, it's so hard. And the same, I need to cut into this. So, and it's gone cloudy, and as soon as the sun goes in, it goes really cold really quickly. So I'll probably have to leave this until tomorrow. I don't know if you remember, these ends were poking out like that one, and they're actually bone dry and solid. Well, this one, because it was behind the render, it's actually damp. Fortunately, it's not rotten. But you can see in the past there's been problems from this gutter. These are all new. I replaced all these gutters, but it was leaking for a long time. See, there's nothing in there, and it's hollow right back inside there. And so obviously water's been coming in. Because these were exposed, they could breathe and dry out. Whereas this one, because it was rendered up and inside the wall as such, couldn't. So the next thing I need to do, is get the big drill, cut out this to let me new joist go in to my new lintel, go into sort of somewhere about there, and then cut these back when I can expose it, and then I need to drill an L-shape, cut an L-shaped channel in the wall for it to go into. All will unfold. What I'm going to do in preparation, in anticipation, is cut these back now. And what I've done, I've put the level up and marked them back. The thickness of my steel is 10mm, thick stuff, and then the other piece I'm putting on for the stones to sit on is 50mm. So I've actually cut it back I've marked it back 70mm from the face, which will give me a little bit to play with. So I'm going to cut these off. Where's my saw? I'm going to use this one for this one because I can get into it, but for that I'm going to use the multi-tool, you know, that little thing that has a saw blade on, to get that one. So here goes nothing. I'm going to try anyway. You know, the beauty of these things is you can pop that out and turn it around that way, which gives me a bit more height. Clever, eh? It just fits. Right, that one's off. That is so hard, that stuff. Unbelievable considering its age. Right, I'll go and get the multi-tool and get that one chopped back. God, this poor thing's really struggling. I'll keep battling on. Well, even though it's wet, there's certainly nothing rotten about it. Because my blade won't go all the way through, I'm having to just cut bits off, snap them off, and I'll do a bit more. But I'm nearly there. Well, I'm afraid that's us for today. Yeah, we've run out of time again, as we always do. We've still got to clear up all this rubble.
He's made a mess. Guess whose job that is?
Massive mess today. But in the next video, which will be on Thursday.
Sunday.
What day is it today?
Tuesday.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, the next video on Sunday's video. We'll be getting this lintel in. Hopefully before then, we'll get enough sunshine to get the power to get the big drill out. It's 2 kilowatts. It's proper hammers of power. I don't really want to run the generator for it. We're going to cut these bits back, cut in, make the lintel, weld it together, cut it to length, stick it in, and then we can start tidying all these sides up and rebuilding this area as well. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Enjoyed watching our struggle again. Thanks to everyone that supported the channel, and we'll see you on
Sunday.
Sunday. Yes, Sunday.